Hey guys, so just scooch over. So today I'm going to be doing a roundup of this week's beauty and makeup releases and sneak peeks. I don't feel like I have as many as I normally do, but there's still quite a few to get through, so let's just get on with it. Okay. So Boscia are releasing the Cactus Water Moisturizer, and it's supposed to be like a drink of water for your skin, and I'm intrigued by the way this looks. I mean, this looks so cooling. I like it. Obviously it's not a question of whether or not I like it because just from the looks of it, because it's about how it actually performs. It's not like a palette where it's like, oh, I like the look of it, but I like the look of cream itself. It just looks so cooling. I don't know how much this is retailing for, but I think I might have a look into it. Next is the Rose Gold Rose brushes. These are by Storybook Cosmetics. I'm not into brushes like this. I just feel like, just from the looks of it, it looks like they're going to be kind of top heavy, so you're going to have a lot of weight at the top and not as much to balance it out because of the stem. It just doesn't look like I'd be able to maneuver those properly around my face. I could be wrong. It could be made out of very, very lightweight materials, but just from the looks of it, it just looks like just one of those gimmicky things to me. Like, I understand it's different, it's not what everybody does, but to me it just kind of looks so gimmicky, and I'm just going to pass on these. Nabla are bringing out a setting powder, like a baking and setting powder with a brush. I like the packaging of this, I can't even deny it. I love the baby pink. Baby pink just looks so sleek. Like baby pink, black, rose gold, gold. Those are kind of like the colors. If you want something to look sleek, luxurious, go for those kind of shades. Now, because of the packaging being pink, I can't tell whether or not the powder has a pink hue. You know, like how Patrick Starr and MAC, that powder that he brought out, that was kind of like a pinky, peachy kind of powder. So I can't tell, is this white or is it pink? I can't really tell, but as I said, the packaging looks nice. Oh, Nabla also bringing out it looks like some concealers, and this is in 9 shades. Is this everything or is it just 9 shades pictured? Because if it's just those 9 shades, like, have you not been paying attention to Tarte and their mess up? And who else was it? There was another company as well who was bringing out like ridiculously limited amounts of It Cosmetics, bringing out ridiculously limited amounts of shades for their foundations and stuff. It's like, how are you companies not paying attention? But you know, as something I could just keep on saying, if you don't make a shade for me, I'm not going to beg you to include me or to allow me to give you my money. So there would be a shade in this range for me, but for somebody who is a lot deeper than me, they're gonna struggle. So if this is the full range, I'm not impressed. But if it's just that these 9 shades are pictured, then I'll be interested in seeing everything that they have to offer. Charlotte Tilbury's bringing out a new cheek palette. Now this looks cute, but it looks so light. Like, I could probably only use that bottom middle shade and that would be it. Like, I'd probably have to use some of those other shades for like baking my under eye, or you know what I'm saying, things like that. I won't really be able to use it for my cheeks. So in saying that, that is most definitely going to be a pass. And Charlotte Tilbury is not cheap. So KKW Beauty is coming out with some new lipsticks and lip liners. I have to say, like, her lipsticks, the components always just look so cheap. Like, I just don't like the clear plastic part. I mean, she brought out something before which had the clear plastic and it just looks so, it looks kind of cheap. And I don't even mind cheap looking things when it is cheap, but when it's cheap looking, when you have to pay, okay, it doesn't say on here how much it is, but when you have to pay coin, because her line is not exactly affordable, kind of, it's just not. But I think for what you're getting, I think that the packaging should be a lot nicer to look at. I'm just not feeling this at all. I mean, even with like Makeup Revolution, some of their packaging is a lot more luxe looking than this, so that's what's a little bit disappointing. But there are a couple of shades that I would potentially wear out of this range, so it doesn't mean I'm going to get them, but I'm just saying there are some nice shades that I reckon would complement my skin. Ooh, L'Oreal makeup are bringing out the Le Chocolat Ultra Matte Liquid Lipsticks. I would be interested in trying these out. I know I don't do many lip swatch try on kind of things on my channel, but this is something that I would definitely potentially be interested in getting and trying on. I don't know when they will be bringing these to the UK. We tend to get everything like much later on down the line, and that really irritates me sometimes. But I think once we do get them, I'll probably pick up a few of them and try them out. Next, Too Faced are bringing out another melted liquid lipstick, and this one is a metallic matte, and it looks like it's a pink metallic shade. And I like the way that the bottle looks like it's almost like oil slick. You know, like how oil slick, it reflects all of these different colors. That's what this looks like. So I really like the way the component looks, but the shade itself is just not for me. Oh, I don't know if this is like just one shade or if they've got multiple shades in, like if this is going to be like a whole metallic matte range. I don't know. From the look of the display, I think it probably is going to be a range rather than just one, but they just have one here swatched, so yeah. But I'm not really into metallics anyway. Tarte Shape Tape Concealer is expanding, but the picture says the creaseless concealer. I think there was a little bit of a miscommunication there, because the description says the Shape Tape Concealer is expanding, but the picture says that the creaseless concealer is expanding, so there was probably miscommunication there. But they're also expanding their Amazonian Clay Foundation to 40 shades, and the concealer is expanding to 30 shades. Something that I think that they kind of had to do if they wanted to keep any kind of customer base, because I think at the moment they're trying to hold on to what they currently have. But it's, I don't know, let's see what happens. Because even when they did the even when they did the extension of the Shape Tape foundation, I think they came out with like 7 more shades, and it wasn't like 7 darker shades, there was still like 3 or 4 more lighter shades, and then a few more, there's a couple more like deeper shades, so it was kind of like you're right off. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. MAC and Patrick Starr are coming out with their summer collection. And people are apparently like having a bit of an issue with the fact that MAC and Patrick Starr are doing so many collabs. Now, he did say on the first collab, if anybody watched the video, he did say that in 2018, because that first collab came out toward the end of 2017, and he did say that in 2018 there was going to be like 3 or 4 more releases. There was going to be 3 or 4 more collaborations, so it was kind of like, pay attention, he already said it. And it's kind of like, if you don't want it, just don't buy it. I mean, Jesus Christ, it's not that difficult. I just don't understand why it's that difficult. So there is at least another one to come after this one. But with this, I kind of feel like it's stuff that I already have, that I don't need, that I can easily pass on, and I don't feel bad about it. I did prefer the last section. Those 2 palettes that he had, there was one of them that was like pink and purple. That was nice, so I can't even deny that. But I just don't feel like with this collection, I don't feel like I need anything from it. Even from the last collection, I didn't feel like I needed to get that palette. Like, I can find those pinks and purples somewhere in my collection, best believe it. Tarte are coming out with a Maracuja Gold Oil and I think like a face balm. This looks nice, I can't even deny it. And they've got all this passion fruit around it. So does it have some kind of passion fruit extract? Probably. And I love the gold flecks. The gold flecks just make it look a hell of a lot more luxe. It's really, really nice looking, but I don't really need their skincare. I just don't need it. Murad are coming out with an acne control clarifying treatment. I don't really have that kind of problem. Like, yeah, I do get some breakouts of spots and stuff, but I don't think spots are the same as acne, is it? Either way, I feel like I've got enough things here to help me with any breakout that I might have. I'm just not in need of it. Spectrum are coming out with new brushes centered around Little Mermaid. So they've got one which is the Little Mermaid, they've got one which is Ursula, and then they've got like a oval toothbrush face brush set which is in a case which is shaped like a treasure chest. Now I think that's cool, I like that, that's cool. But aside from that, I don't feel like I need Little Mermaid's brushes. I just don't. Too Faced are celebrating their 20-year anniversary. They're coming out with this palette. I think we had like a sneak peek of this before, and this is so retro. It's so 90s. It's not for me personally, but I can appreciate how throwback this is. And I like the fact that on the top row they've got the original, and then on the bottom row they've got the reinvented. Now when it says the original, is it the original formula or the original colors, or is it both? Because if you have a look, there's a couple of shades there. Like the second to last one, there's a blue one. There's like a really pale baby blue, and then underneath it they've got like a deeper blue. So are they saying, what are they saying? Because I can't. Okay, well they're named two different things. One of them's called Ice Queen, the other one's called Chill Out. So when they're saying the original and reinvented, in what sense? Is it just formula wise or what? Because they're named two different things. And there's even a couple of them where the top one is the shimmer and the bottom one looks from here matte. So reinvented how? I don't really understand. Meh, okay. Or is it just like these were the kinds of shades that we used to go for, and now this is what we now have elevated ourselves into? Maybe that's what it is, like their shadow story, maybe. So Waver are coming out with the Screen Queen collection. This is pretty. I like the cheek palette at the top, not as inspired by the eyeshadow palette. Brushes are cute but not necessary for me, and I think those are, what are those? Are those contour sticks or lipsticks, like chubby lipsticks? I'm not too sure. But I do like the cheek palette, definitely. But it would not be suitable for my skin tone. Oh, and I love the baby pink, by the way. Juvias is coming out with what looks like concealers and a brush. Let's see how many shades that they decide to bring out. And it also looks like they're bringing out some shadows. Like if you have a look at the top left hand corner, it looks like they've got some eyeshadows like in little cases. So are they bringing out singles, or will they be bringing out a whole ass palette? Ooh, Makeup Revolution are bringing out their magnetized eyeshadows. They're kind of like a dupe of the MAC magnetized ones. I can't remember what they are actually called. I'm sure they're not called magnetized. They can't have the exact same name. But they come in 6 shades: green, copper, burgundy, gold, black and brown, and they're £5 each. I definitely am going to be picking up a couple of these shades because they look very, very interesting. The thing is that the ones that MAC did, the centerpiece one was like this royal, dark royal blue. And Revolution haven't done like a dark royal blue. I actually thought the black was the blue, but it's not, it's black. So I'm definitely not going to be getting the black. I don't feel like I need the black, but I might pick up a couple of these. And see what they're saying once they're in store. I want to see them and feel them for myself before buying them online. Like, I don't want to buy them online, I'd rather just do it in store. And they're also bringing out a couple of highlighter kits in 2 different shades. I think that these are supposed to be like dupes of like Huda Beauty, and even more recently KKW. She's bringing out a couple more highlight kits as well, which look very, very similar to this. So I think that might be what they're trying to replicate. These are £10 each. I'm not really interested in them, to be fair. BH Cosmetics are coming out with Aurora Light palette. It's very similar to the Galaxy Chic palette. It's like probably like the big sister or the little sister, whatever. This is pretty, but I just don't feel like I need it. I know it will be affordable, but again, I just don't feel like I need it. But it's beautiful nonetheless, and it comes with a mirror. Il Maquillage, they'll be opening a US online. They're relaunching it in the US, and the online store will be open. Will the online store be serving worldwide or just the States? That's what I'd like to know. I don't know who Il Maquillage is. Maybe it's before my time, but it'll be very interesting to see what they bring out in the near future. Hopefully they'll be like catering to the world. Then La Bouton is bringing out the Lubilac lip lacquer in 4 shades, and these ones have like these iridescent finishes. Is it just on the bottle, or is it how, like, will these be like lip toppers, or are they going to be like high pigment? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because you know like how Lime Crime had their Diamond Crushers, and those were like lip toppers, and they were like iridescent duochrome kind of thing. So is that what this is, or is it like a high pigment lip gloss which is iridescent? I don't know. I know it's going to be really expensive, so I know that I won't be spending my money on that. So Beauty Bakery are coming out with the Milk and Honey palette. Haven't seen inside as yet, but this I'll be very, very interested in seeing the inside. And it looks like it comes with its own brush as well, because it's stamped with milk and honey on the ferrule. And what is it? Is it, because it says bakeware, like baking, under eye baking, cheek baking, is that what it means? And milk and honey, that, you know, that those are pale colors. So I like the packaging though, I can't even deny it. Revlon are launching a new brand called Flesh Beauty. Okay, they're starting off with a 40 shade foundation. They're like stick foundations. They have 14 highlighters and 8 blushes, 13 lipsticks and eyeshadow palettes, and they'll range like from $18 for the lipsticks to $38 for the eyeshadow palettes. So this is apparently supposed to be like their prestige brand. Okay, I'll be interested in seeing what this brings. Most definitely, I'll be definitely interested. Like 40 shades, and as you can see, the deep one from this picture looks very, very deep. Like that looks like a very deep shade. So I'd be very interested to see what they launch, the entire range. Most definitely, I can't wait for that to come out. And Milk Makeup are coming out with a limited edition Pride pack, which includes a glitter lip gloss and a quality tattoo stamp. Okay. And it says that they'll be donating 50% of the retail purchase price of the Pride pack to, I can't see the rest of it, but they'll be donating some of their money to the LGBT community movement, from what it looks like. Okay, and that's everything that I have for this week's makeup releases. There's a few bits in there which I am interested in. There's a few bits in there that I'm just kind of like, looks nice, but it's out of my price range. And then there's just some things which I'm just kind of like, okay, it's not for me. So, like, is there anything in this roundup that you want to get, that you're interested in, or that you're just not interested in at all? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys know that I actually love having conversations with you lot, because I feel like recently I've been building up rapport with so many of you, because there's a lot of you who come and have like regular conversations with me. Even if you don't comment on every single video, you comment on some of the videos, and you know I'm always going to get back to you. As long as we're having like a a relevant conversation, I'm going to comment back. Like, don't worry about it, I'm going to come and comment back. Let's start a discussion down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.